Hello, good afternoon. I'm Joyce Lee. Welcome to UON News. We begin with the headlines. Singapore businesses and citizens are upgrading security in view of rising terrorism around the region. Buildings and malls have already upgraded surveillance system, while security companies and staff are being trained in counter-terrorism measures. Drills are also conducted to prepare the officials at soft targets such as malls. This initiative comes on the back of a call by President Tony Tan for Singaporeans to be fully on guard. The President wants all Singaporeans to play their part in keeping Singapore safe and maintaining communal harmony by rejecting violent activities.
Singapore has already amped up its defense to face such situations, especially after the recent attack in Jakarta. Surveillance has been increased in malls and tourist spots, and the security guards are being trained to face such situations or if they suspect something. Singapore is ready, and they have always been.
While terrorism is a very real threat to Singapore, some other threats are more subtle. The Zika virus is closely related to dengue and transmitted via the Aedes mosquito as well, but experts say the situation is under control.
For Zika, the fortunate thing is it's transmitted by the same mosquito as dengue, so the strategy that we have applied to dengue can work for Zika virus as well. Perhaps the scale will have to be more intense.
Singapore has not confirmed any Zika cases so far, but authorities admit that these cases could be undetected. As they have been misidentified as dengue, Singaporeans are warned to stay on their guard regarding this disease. Transport next, and the emergence of private car hire services such as Uber and GrabCar has transformed the taxi industry in Singapore. The unique business model of this new entrance has been welcomed by long-suffering commuters. However, it is posing a challenge to policymakers as the incumbents claim it is not a level playing field. Local taxi drivers are also seeking assistance as competition has impacted their income. Taxi operators are calling for a framework to regulate such third-party taxi booking apps and their drivers. Singapore's declining birth rate and increasing aging population is set to pose a major problem for the government in the coming years. One solution used by the authorities bringing in more foreigners. The country has a long-term target of growing the population to 6.9 million by 2030 from the current 5.4 million. The influx of foreigners, most of whom are normally from less developed countries, has poses quite a few problems. Among the issues, overcrowding of public transport services, inflating house prices due to higher demand and greater competition for jobs. Not everyone though is complaining, as some Singaporeans have benefited from these visitors. Businessman Mr. Tan Wee Kiat runs a mobile supermarket serving foreign workers living in outlying dormitories. Remaining with the foreigners, 6% of the total population of Singapore is made of foreign students, and the country remains a favorite international destination for higher education among these groups. According to KPMG's economic report for 2016, inflation has steadily risen since early last year. Foreign students are struggling to manage the higher cost of tuition and accommodation. This has been made worse with the strengthening Singapore dollars. If the inflation persists, Singapore could lose its reputation as an affordable education hub for aspiring students from across the world. Keeping with this topic, the recent tighter laws on smoking by the government has caused some concerns among students at tertiary institutions. The new smoking laws prohibit smokers from lighting up in shared public places like lift lobbies. To control the problem, one such institution, PSB, has taken a more drastic approach. There are signboards informing the smokers that they are not allowed to light up within the school perimeters and a distance of 5 meters outside of school. What seems to be lacking, though, is the enforcement, as the case of students smoking right outside the gate still continues. More can be done by the school to ensure students follow the rules. Staying in the PSB neighbourhood, the nearby Tiong Bahru Plaza closes its door in stages since September 2015, before the total shutdown in February this year. The process of renewal has not gone down well with residents and the students of PSB Academy, as a closure has disrupted their daily lives. The mall provided a shortcut to the MRT stations and bus stop for many of the students. With the construction works, they now have to make a longer detour around the entire building to get to the MRT stations. On a brighter note, Throngs of visitors showed up early at the final day of the Singapore Air Show for a chance to be up close with the aesthetic display. Many were drawn to the exciting lineup for the area show as they stood anxiously under the sun, hoping to get a perfect shot. The 2016 edition certainly did not disappoint with stunning aerobatics, and the event is set to continue to soar to greater heights. And that's the news, more in 1 hour.